It's 7 p.m. Eastern right here in Jacksonville, Florida. What's going on, my friends? Hello, everyone on Facebook Live. Let me go on my screen here on desktop. That way I keep track of your comments. How's everybody doing? Are we live? It looks like we're live. Okay, cool. Go here, mute this. How's everybody doing, guys? So today, I'll bring you a cool guest, the one and only Somji. Kay is joining us all the way from Canada. You know, when I think about Canada, I think about the cold weather. And it's been a little cold here in Jacksonville, Florida, but I cannot complain. Let us see. Kay, are you on? I sent you an invite. I want to give you a proper intro while you join us. So, I met Kay Somji at a recent event this past August in Austin, Texas. What's up, Kay? I sent you an invite, but I can also... Let's see, I can also invite you again, I guess. Yes, there you go. Boom. Can't bring on camera. They can't join your broadcast at this time. Okay, are you on mobile or desktop? I think it's on desktop only. But anyhow, guys, thanks for joining. David Vega, Victor Barrios from Jacksonville, thanks for joining us. Jose, thanks for joining us. So, let's invite again. Yes. Oh, cool. Awesome. Add as a guest. We are live. Technology is bringing us live. What's up, my man?
What's going on, buddy? How are you doing, man?
Doing well. Thanks for joining us. The one and only.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me out.
No problem. And thanks for taking some time out of your busy schedule, man. I know you've been traveling a lot. You've been doing a lot of coaching online and offline with your teams. I recently saw you on the Attraction Marketing Summit, man. You rocked it out of the ballpark with your interview. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. It's the only way to do it, bro. You know, just smash out that value. And, you know, I love what you're doing as well, man. You know, it's really exciting, really inspiring to see as well, bro.
Thanks, man. Thanks. So, I was just introducing you and telling our audience the way we connected. And Kay and I, we actually met each other at a recent attraction marketing event by MLSP in Austin, Texas, Live the Dream 8. And I've heard a lot about you before we actually connected. I just haven't heard you speak until that day when you spoke with the panel of other coaches. I said, I got to catch up with this guy, man. I got to introduce myself. I'm always looking out for those people who kind of match my energy. So I caught up to you on your way out. We took a selfie, and I said, man, I got to connect with you. I know you were busy, and I was also. So that's how I connected with Kay, and we connected on Facebook. I'm following him, on his Facebook Lives, learning so much from leaders like him who are paving the way, for us to not make the same mistakes other people are making online and offline. So without further ado, here he is, Kay Somji, all the way from Canada. So the first thing that comes into mind when I think about Canada is how cold is it up there?
Usually it is very cold. Right now, mate, it is beautiful weather outside. I'm surprised. No snow. Everywhere else has got the snow, but we haven't for once. So I think we deserve the nice weather for once.
Yeah, I bet. I lived in New York City for 15 years, and I do know what a winter feels like. I've been living here in Jacksonville, Florida for a number of years, so I tend to forget sometimes. And when people complain about the cold, I remind them that they have no idea. But let's dive in right into my interview, man. One of the first things that popped to my head when you spoke was something you said, something along the lines that you were an undercover entrepreneur. So tell us a little bit more about that, because you looked at network marketing at a point where you had a career going. You were in college, if I remember correctly. You had a job lined up. And the thing is, a lot of people who don't understand network marketing, who are misinformed, they think of network marketing as like the last option people without any education or without any success look at. So it caught my attention that you had a lot of things lined up for you, but you kind of kept the network marketing dynamics and things in the back of your head for ready for you to execute.
Yeah, man, it was always in the back of my mind. So when I said undercover entrepreneur, I was in university, I was a network marketer, taking my courses still, getting ready to go in the corporate world. And I say undercover because if you're not letting people know that you're in business, if you're not actively prospecting people, if you're not actively marketing, you're not letting people know what you have, exposing people to your business opportunity, no one is going to know and no one's going to join. So if you had known me back then, you might not have even known I had a business, because I would maybe show it to 2 or 3 or 4 people a year. And I don't want anybody else to be in that boat. You're never going to get anywhere that way. And back to your comment about people thinking it's the last resort or what people do when they're uneducated. I think that perception's going away slightly now, but it was very prevalent back then. And what I've found from being in the industry, and just my personal opinion, I think this industry takes a lot more self-development skills, charisma skills, leadership qualities than any corporate job I've worked and corporate jobs that I've seen. I think this takes a way higher level of education in yourself and growing as a person. So I think that's absolutely wrong if people think that. I think this industry really, you have to become a big person. You have to become a very valuable, knowledgeable person in order to succeed.
That's right. And it doesn't take that long to guess where you lived for a long time. Once you speak to Kay, you lived in the UK for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, mate. I was born and raised in the UK, and I've been out in Canada, wow, like 15 odd years now. It's been a long time over here. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Now, you mentioned another thing that definitely caught my attention, which was this little booklet right here, Magnetic Sponsoring by Mike Diller. It seems like a lot of people in our space have, at one point or another, read that book. And a person like me, man, this thing hangs right by one of my whiteboards here, just to stay true to what really attraction marketing really means, and what it is to attract the right people to your space. Why don't you share a little bit more about what that means for you? Because there's a lot of fluff and hype out there in the digital world, and a lot of people don't understand the difference between attraction marketing and the fluff and puff and fluff out there.
So I think we got a little bit cut there, but you said people don't understand the difference between attraction marketing and
the hype that people in the digital world are broadcasting out there. Flashing checks, flashing cash, all that jazz.
Yeah. Well, attraction marketing, and bringing it back to magnetic sponsoring particularly, when I read that book, it kind of changed things, because it's attracting people to you versus you having to go to everybody. And there's nothing wrong with prospecting people, but most people do it the wrong way. And when you think about attraction marketing, it's a revolutionary concept for the network marketing industry. But for actual normal businesses like brick and mortar businesses, it's nothing new, really. It's just that knowledge has been brought to the online network marketing space. So let's say you are going to Starbucks. Do you come in because you're attracted by their sign, their adverts and things, or do they go and chase you down the street with a cup of coffee saying, hey, try this coffee, it's the best, right? Obviously, we know people come into Starbucks, people go into shoe shops, people go into clothing stores. It's the same thing here. It's just you're getting people to come to you by using these same principles that, proper like brick and mortar businesses and offline businesses have known for years. They put marketing out there. They put adverts out there. They'll put value out there. They'll put, you know, different flyers or different things out there with some kind of information on it to attract people in.
Right.
So it's either information or it's, you know, something that somebody wants. You appeal to what somebody wants.
That's right. These brands also invest in, you know, paid advertisement, you know, millions of dollars and such, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wish I would have known the principles of attraction marketing when I first started marketing for a nutrition company. You know, I was that guy. You know, I was the guy with my energy drinks, chasing people, or calling people, calling my friends, calling my warm market, and I was overexcited, but I was misinformed, right? I wasn't the high school jock or the buff guy, you know, for me to be promoting a nutrition product. So the message wasn't congruent. I was actually, once I learned this, I was actually repelling people from my circle than attracting them. So when I first started taking a look at, you know, at the philosophy, I was very skeptic. I didn't understand it. So if there was a message or a few tips that you could tell yourself maybe 5 years ago, or someone like me who was just starting at that moment, what would you tell them to do? Give me one tip of what to do and what not to do. What something to stay away from.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you the what not to do first, because I see a lot of people doing this stuff wrong. And in this industry, we know people join people, they don't join companies. We've heard that so many times. I'm sure everybody, all the viewers on here have heard that. If you guys have, you know, smash a thumbs up on the reactions, because we've heard that, right?
Yeah.
And when you go and you see big people talk on stage and you see leaders at your company, you're attracted to something about them, right? Maybe they've got a great story, maybe great charisma, the way they speak, something is attracting you to them. So it's not the company, you know, it's the person. So the last thing you want to do, and you definitely don't want to do this at all, is throwing out all the stuff about the company, the links, the pictures, buy this now, join my team, buy one, get one, sale on now. It makes you look desperate, and nobody wants to join a desperate person. And again, think about any traditional business doing this. If any business did this, you probably see some of these, you know, people running around the mall with a clipboard trying to sign you up for whatever promotion or credit cards usually. And when I get those people, I just like, ugh,
Right.
like, leave me alone,
Yeah.
right? And that is what people are thinking of you if you are going and throwing those things up online. Even if you have the best product in the world, if you make yourself look desperate, you make it look tacky, people are going to avoid you. So you never want to go and lead with the sale. You never want to lead with buy my stuff, basically. That's the what not to do.
Definitely taking a lot of notes.
To do. Yeah. And the what to do, if I could give people one thing, is think about where you are. Because I see a lot of people, they'll say, well, this person just went and talked to all his friends and he built a big business, but that person might have had more influence. That person might have had a better social circle. That person might be friends with a lot of entrepreneurs. Me coming out of university, drinking every night and being $40,000 in debt, I didn't really have an affluent social circle who would even entertain the idea of a home business. All they wanted to do was go with me to the pub and drink, right? So you have to see where you are and find somebody who's doing the thing that you want to do in the way that you want to do it and build that way. So like if you're trying to share, like you said, you're not the most buff guy, nor am I. I've, you know, promoted health and wellness as well. Then you need to be showing those kind of things that you can help people get there. They're going to take the advice from the person who is the person that they want to be. So find somebody, for example, if somebody's done it that way and they've got an amazing body and they're sharing that, well, then you have to go and get that first. If somebody's doing it on social media and you know you have a small audience, they have a big audience, well, you need to do what they've done. You need to go and grow that audience first and then go and, you know, you can't just go from 0 to 100 real quick. Even if Drake said it, you can't do it, right? You need to actually take those little steps. You need to find out what they did in the beginning to be able to get to that point, not just to follow what they're doing right now.
That's right. Thank you for that insight. You know, now, Kate, you spoke at a virtual summit along with an all-star cast of players in our digital world that is just nobody has done this before. I mean, we're only up to date 3 or 4, you know, and how does it feel to be added to this all-star lineup? You know, as far as I understand, you know, you reached a level of success fairly quickly once you know, put your knowledge and everything that you've learned, so, you know, with webinars and attending, you know, these events, you finally applied it to your digital brand. You know, you're a self-proclaimed badass entrepreneur, right? How do you go from you know, building a team and facing attrition, you know, during with the traditional ways of building a network marketing company, to building an international brand?
Whoa. Yeah. Now, when you put it in that perspective, you know, it does sound impressive. And I know some people may be, you know, somewhat intimidated by, you know, going from where they are now to that. But let me tell everybody on here, you know, this can happen for you, and it can happen really quickly. It takes that determination, dedication, willingness to succeed, and put in the actions on a daily basis. So to be on that lineup for the Attraction Marketing Summit, it's a beautiful thing. One, you know, it validates what I've been putting out into the marketplace. I'm not going to lie, it feels really good, right? It feels really good to be included among those other leaders as well. But what I'm more grateful for is the fact that I'm able to help people in a certain way, because there's some people who will vibe with every single leader. There's some people who will say, oh, well, you know, Ray Higdon, I can do what he does, you know, like, oh, he's teaching this, I can do that. I'm going to go and do that. There's some people who will say, somebody's teaching on maybe LinkedIn, I can go and do that. Instagram, I can do that. There's some people who may not vibe with other people. And there may be some people, you know, maybe young like myself, and they're looking for a different way. Maybe they've been trying to do it these ways. And I'm not the guy who's setting up everything technical with super funnels and major upsells and pixels. I like to do this, you know, pretty much for the most part organically. Right. So I know there's a lot of people who may not have a marketing budget. They may not have all those years of experience. And what the beautiful thing is, they can come in, and as you saw on my interview, they can come and they can apply the principles that I'm teaching right away. They can apply them right away. It doesn't take very much time to build up. And as you build it on the way, people can get those small baby steps. They can take those baby steps, get those small wins, and this thing just snowballs and grows. So it's really nice to be able to give people a different perspective on how to build from what they've usually been told. And not knocking this stuff, it works great, but a lot of people say, oh, just generate 50 leads a day, put them to a capture page, email your list. And for some people, you know, just starting out, that can be a bit like intimidating. But when you can see the building blocks and the foundations from somebody who failed for years and then made it happen, it's a very different shift from somebody who has, you know, is perceived to have all these skills. So I think that was the main takeaway for me, being able to be featured on that summit and, you know, translating it into an international brand. It's going to be, it comes down to you're doing those actions over and over on a daily basis. So my main vehicle that I build on is Facebook. Yeah. And if you want to build a large business, you need to have a large audience. You want an international business, you need to have an international audience. You want to speak on stage, you know, you have to start getting those results and share them out. You have to really be connecting with the people who join us. You know, they have to feel some kind of affinity for us. It's not like some people might think. That doesn't happen, right? You need to actually go and, you know, connect with people, show that you care, while at the same time, you know, being able to scale. So building that audience. Something I touched on was doing videos, things that can help scale. And when you do that consistently over time, not just, oh, I'll try this for a week or two, but you commit to doing it, this is when things take off. And you also mentioned attrition. Attrition is something everybody, you know, pretty much everybody in the industry struggles with at one point or another. You need to understand and think to yourself, are you going to let a few people dropping out stop your vision of where you want to go? Or are you're going to the moon and you're taking whoever wants to ride can come on the rocket. Those who don't, sorry, you know, it's you can't win them all. Right. You just have to have vision. And if you show that attrition is getting to you, if you show that it's getting you down, if you show that functioning too well with it, well, guess what people are going to see? They're going to see that it's getting you down and nobody's going to come and join you. So I know I just spewed out a mouthful there, but hopefully that answered your question.
That's all good, guys. And I just want to say hello to Jeffrey, Camille, Jamie Donnelly. What's up? Alfredo, Ronald. Guys, if you want to check out Kay's interview, I'm going to pop a link right now underneath this video, so you're able to catch the replay if you want to catch Kay Somji's interview, along with all the other ones that you missed for the past couple of days. You have to upgrade to the VIP ticket, or you can watch any further interview from now until the end of the summit, which we still have about 6 days with an all-star cast of attraction marketing superstars for free. Just make sure to click on that link, and you get all these interviews plus training, etc., etc. You'll see the video inside of it. Kate, thank you so much for joining us. You know, I understand that one of the biggest things that you do organically is engage with your audience, and I can see that you know, I sent you a message. You wanted to get on this interview, and in the way you're engaging with me, you know, somebody who is, you know, I look up to, and definitely thank you so much for joining us all the way from Canada. I continue to watch your videos and interact and learn from you, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, bro. Really appreciate you having me out. And for everyone on here, yeah, cheers for tuning in. And like you said there, man, it really is about the engagement, building those relationships. So thanks again for having me out, Danny. Really appreciate you, bro.
Anytime, man. Take care now. Catch you soon.
Cool. Cheers.
Bye.